I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, October the 24th, 2014. Security in Jerusalem continues to be tight after 2 days of Palestinian rioting in the city. Today, rioters threw Molotov cocktails, firecrackers, and rocks at Jewish homes in the Old City, and 3 Palestinians were arrested by police during rioting in the Wadi Joz neighborhood of East Jerusalem after throwing stones and fireworks at police near the Temple Mount. The unrest follows the terror attack at a Jerusalem light rail station Wednesday that claimed the life of 3-month-old baby Chaya Zisselbron. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered additional border police units to Jerusalem and said that Israel will step up its intelligence and law enforcement and other efforts throughout the city as well to restore quiet to the city. Ynet reports that an initial memo that came out of the American consulate in East Jerusalem listed the deadly terror attack Wednesday as a traffic incident and asked the consulate staff to report any emergencies. Consulate officials later said the memo had not intended to downplay the incident, but rather to warn their employees of possible protests. Spokesperson for the consulate, Leslie Orderman, said our position is the position of the State Department spokesperson who condemned in the strongest language the act of terrorism in Jerusalem. She said, "We have expressed our deepest condolences to the family of the baby, reportedly an American citizen, who was killed in this heinous terrorist attack." She said the statement was now posted on the consulate's website, which does now list the incident as a vehicular terrorist attack. And the Anti-Defamation League yesterday called on Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas to condemn the terror attack. ADL National Director Abe Foxman said by unequivocally denouncing this incident and all horrific incidents of the like, President Abbas has the opportunity to show the world he is a serious partner for peace. It speaks volumes that he has yet to take the opportunity to denounce this despicable act. Just over a week after a freak storm took the lives of dozens of hikers, including 4 Israelis in Nepal, another tragedy has occurred in the area. 2 Israeli women were among 11 people killed yesterday when a tour bus about 20 miles north of Kathmandu overturned and fell 160 feet down a mountainside into a ravine. Many were injured. There are conflicting reports as to whether a 3rd Israeli is missing. Search and rescue teams were on the ground. Israel's foreign ministry and the Israeli embassy in Nepal were monitoring the situation, along with Israel's Magen David Adom rescue service. Local Chabad Center representatives were on their way to the site. The Women of the Wall, the group who fights for equal rights of women to pray at the Western Wall, managed to bring a very small Torah scroll into the women's section of the Kotel this morning, which was used in the group's first ever bat mitzvah ceremony and reading at the Kotel. Bringing an outside Torah scroll into the holy site is prohibited for both men and women. And Western Wall Rabbi Shmuel Rabinovich has refused the Women of the Wall's requests in the past to use Torah scrolls that are made available in the men's section. Regarding the incident today, Rabinovich said the women acted deceptively, and although he chose not to intervene, that in the future efforts will be made to ensure that this event is not repeated. Italy's constitutional court has ruled that private citizens can sue Germany in Italian courts for Nazi war crimes. In 2012, the International Court of Justice in The Hague ruled that individuals could not take foreign states to court, but the Italian ruling says states can't claim such immunity when committing war crimes or crimes against humanity, and now opens the way for lawsuits to be filed by Italian victims of the German occupation during World War II. A Jewish cultural center in Moscow has been renamed to honor late veteran Jewish leader Ralph Goldman. Goldman died at the age of 100 earlier this month, and the Nikitskaya JCC was rededicated as the Ralph I. Goldman Nikitskaya Jewish Cultural Center in a ceremony Wednesday. Goldman led the American Jewish Joint Distribution Committee for many years, which was a driving force in the reopening of the JCC in 2001. JDC President and CEO, respectively, Penny Blumenstein and Alan Gill, said renaming this institution in his honor is a fitting tribute to a man whose story was so inextricably bound with that of his people and who was one of the visionaries who helped rebuild Jewish life in Russia. Jews in 212 cities and 33 countries across the globe will be celebrating Shabbat together this weekend. They're all taking part in the Shabbos Project, an idea created last year by South Africa's Chief Rabbi Warren Goldstein, with the goal of restoring Jewish identity and building Jewish unity around the world. Kicking off the event last night in Jerusalem, hundreds of women gathered to take part in the Big Jerusalem Challah Bake, hosted by celebrity chef Jamie Geller. Challah bakes are happening here in the U.S. as well as other events, including communal Shabbat meals and Havdalah services. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, October the 24th, 2014. Live Shabbat services are coming up here at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue. I'm Teisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.